this is a little bit of a longer one, but I think I'm really interested to hear how you both answer. Can you give an example of when your community was faced with a ministry opportunity or a negative ministry issue, so either something positive or negative, that couldn't readily be fit into the way you were structured? So something came up that was positive or negative and your structure didn't have anything to handle it. And if so, how'd your community flex in order to deal with the new reality? Yes. Tell a story. It's okay.
I don't know if this works for what you're asking for or not, but a couple of years ago, the Interfaith Hospitality Network, which is a ministry to homeless people, and it's national, came to us. They were just starting in Gloucester County, where we are, and said, we would like your church to be involved. And the leadership community entertained the idea and said, can't do it. We don't have the people to make this thing go. And so we simply said to them, the time's not right for us. And they backed away reluctantly. I had somebody call and say, no, you have to do this. And I said, no, we don't have to do it. The time's just not right for us on this. It doesn't mean we'll never do it. We were approached, that was 2 years ago, we were approached again this summer by Interfaith Hospitality Network and said, do you think you're ready? And we took it to the leadership community, and the leadership community said, yeah, I think we are. And one of the things that made it clear was there was somebody who was willing to take responsibility for that ministry. And nobody wanted to do it before.
Gotcha, okay.
It's not that they didn't want to do it, but they said, I can't take on another thing. But somebody said, nope, I will make that my ministry. And so the thing is often, it's on the launching pad for us, and we'll probably be getting involved with that ministry very soon.
Okay.
I think the structure will accommodate almost everything.
Your structure's pretty flexible.
It just has to gain support, and if it doesn't gain support and get some traction with people who want to do it, it doesn't happen. The leaders almost never install something to do.
You let everything almost come from just the
yeah, and if it dies, it dies. We let it die too. We don't sustain anything either. If you can't sustain your support for it, it's gone. And it's too bad because we like some things that died, but that's the way we work. So the mission teams can die, the cells can die. They don't have to. They can maintain themselves.
Yeah, I think that's an important piece, and I track with that. That we have to recognize that if the people are not going to support something, if the passion is not burning in them to do something, you just let it go. I mean, one of the things that's traditional in most churches is that you've got to have a youth ministry. Got to have a youth ministry. Well, we can't find anybody to do the youth ministry. Well, then maybe God's saying, stop. What do you mean God's saying stop youth ministry? Maybe God's saying stop youth ministry right now. Maybe it can be picked up by some other people. And that's what we did. We said, we're not going to do it. And but we said, but we are going to do children's ministry.
Okay.
And we'll let youth ministry grow later. And so you've got to have the people that have a desire to do it. That's God's passion, being responded to in a person.
I can't remember exactly your question, but I would say one of the things that we failed at or have not been able to adapt to as well is just to keep up with the administrative capacity to deal with our successes.
Okay. So you're having trouble flexing there. Okay.
Yeah, we're likely to keep ourselves at the present size and capacity just because we're used to it and this is the way we do it, and creating new structures is daunting. Majors have to change. People have to change some of their ideas. New leaders have to come into the mix, and people just don't have the time and energy to consider that kind of process. So it just limps along and isn't dead till everyone just gets bored or something.
Okay.
And you start losing. The first people you lose in that scenario are your most vulnerable members. That the ones that you really wish that you could entertain, that you want to be move into the more core of the congregation. If you don't have the capacity to do that, they're the ones that fall off, while the interior people who are, they can sustain themselves for years. They don't even need the church to exist. They go to each other's house for dinner all the time anyway. So they don't need the meeting, they don't need anything because they've already got the community.
Okay.
And it's all the people that you're in mission to that need the structure for their sake. So we're facing that right now, and it's amazing how as flexible as we are, it's hard for us to change.
Isn't that neat? Yeah.
Because we have to create some structures in our system. We're great at cell growth, and it's anarchical and wild, and that's how it's supposed to be. But when you want to sustain your thrift stores, when you have a budget like $500,000 or something like that, whatever you're doing, it's just like, hey, we have to have like the financial team. That really works as a team. So these are the things that we don't have as much as other contexts might. So
and
we're working on that.
Maybe there's a need. Thank you for sharing that, because it's really important that folks know that you don't just get big and then you're over the hump and everything's happened. You always have to keep adapting to the reality. So.
Well, small is nice. That's why everyone's small. It's very comfortable.
I don't know about nice, but okay.
I mean, sometimes you don't have enough resources, but if you're like 100 and 150 people, it's a nice size. It's you can know everybody and kind of feel like you're controlling them and stuff like that. And when you say something, people listen to you. They know who you are. They know your children. They take care of you.
You realize this is a Baptist church, right? No one listens to the pastor.
No, I meant they were listening to each other, not you.
Oh, okay, that's fine. No problem. Thanks.
Sorry.
Once again, we've established that.
Not too clear.
I suck. That was what we learned at the beginning of the last interview.